Purdue's game against Iowa on Saturday will feature contrasting styles. The Boilers pride themselves on their defensive prowess, while the Hawkeyes like to light up the scoreboard. Iowa has a 10-3 record and is coming off an impressive 13-point win over top-ranked Michigan State. The guys from Iowa City have won 7 of their last 8 games and have scored at least 80 points in 5 of their last 6. The Boilers know the Hawkeyes have a lot of options on offense, but if the Golden Black can play it to its strengths, the Boilers feel they can prevail and improve to 2-0 in Big Ten play.
If me and Johnny do a good job jamming the ball, then we're going to set our defense, and more times than not, if our defense is set, then it's going to be pretty tough to score on us with our inside presence going to finish over 7-footers, with our wings being good defenders and our guards being good defenders as well.
It's hard to slow them down, period. You know, obviously they start 2 point guards, which I think that quickness and their ability to break people down, obviously with Utah, as such a versatile scorer that can score in a lot of different ways, and Jock. They just try to, hit you in transition.
Tip time for tomorrow's game is scheduled for 6 p.m. If you plan on going, remember, it's Rick Mount bobblehead night. The Purdue legend is scheduled to be in attendance, and if you want to get your hands on a bobblehead, get there early. Only the first 2,000 fans through the Mackey Arena gates will get one. Doors open an hour before tip-off. Moving on to football, a day after naming a new defensive line coach, Darrell Hazell announces Ross Els as Purdue's new defensive coordinator. Els is a veteran college coach with 26 years of collegiate experience. This past year, he left the college game to be an assistant on his son's high school team in Lincoln, Nebraska. And prior to that move, Els was a linebackers coach and recruiting coordinator at Nebraska from 2011 to 2014. Hazell says, quote, "He is incredibly detailed yet very simplistic in philosophy. Our players will be fundamentally sound and play with great enthusiasm," end quote. Purdue gave up an average of 36.5 points per game in 2015 as the Boilers ended up with a disappointing 2-10 record in Hazell's 3rd year as head coach. The Big Ten took a big blow on New Year's Eve when Alabama trounced Michigan State 38-0 in the college football playoffs. But a new year brings new opportunities. 4 Big Ten teams in action today. We'll kick things off with the granddaddy of them all, Iowa taking on Stanford in the Rose Bowl, or maybe I should say Christian McCaffrey taking on Iowa, the Stanford super athlete running all over the Hawkeye D. On the first play from scrimmage, McCaffrey blazes away from a handful of defenders for the 75-yard touchdown, the beginning of a monster day for the Heisman finalist. Now, in the second quarter, Iowa makes a huge mistake. They punt to him, and it backfires. McCaffrey makes an Iowa guy slip and slide, no stopping him after that. Adios, amigo. McCaffrey sets a Rose Bowl record with 368 all-purpose yards. Stanford pounds Iowa 45-16. Let's go to the home of the Arizona Cardinals for the Battle Frog Fiesta Bowl. Notre Dame taking on Ohio State. Arizona known for its hot weather, and this man right here was on fire. Ezekiel Elliott with 3 first-half touchdowns. OSU up 28-14 at the break. The Golden Domers trying to make a comeback. Deshaun Kaiser finds Chris Brown on the fade route. It's only a 1-possession game. And if this were a boxing match, you would call Elliott the king of the ring. The NFL-bound running back finds a lane and takes it to the house. He ties the Fiesta Bowl record with 4 rushing touchdowns. Ohio State beats Notre Dame 44-28. Despite the loss, Irish head coach Brian Kelly says his team will continue to face tough opponents as he tries to make Notre Dame elite again.
We're going to keep banging at the door, keep playing Ohio State, keep playing Florida State, keep playing Alabama, keep playing these teams in these kinds of venues and these kinds of games. We don't want to be playing, directional teams with, no profile to them.
Michigan taking on Florida at the Citrus Bowl. Tie game in the second quarter. Jake Rudock finds a wide-open Jehu Chason to give the Maize and Blue the lead. Wolverines now up 10 and looking to strike again. Check out the throw from Rudock. He fires a laser in between a pair of Gators to Grant Perry. Michigan cruising and Florida taking a bruising. And here's the icing on the cake. Sione Huma rumbles in. Michigan beats Florida 41-7. And John Gruden in the house for the Outback Bowl. Tennessee and Northwestern duking it out. Wildcats down 10 in the second quarter. Justin Jackson finds the end zone from 5 yards out to make it a 4-point game. PAT No good. Tennessee getting all the breaks today. Joshua Dobbs fumbles a snap out of the shotgun. He scoops it up. And check this out. He tie ropes the sideline as he dives in for the score. The Volunteers silence the Cats 45-6. That's the final score for sports. We'll be right back after a short break.